What's going on, everybody? Alright, let's, as always, get this pulled up somewhere else so that way I can view the live chat if anybody seems or decides to stop by. I am struggling today. We'll see how this live stream goes. Okay, sorry about that. What was I saying? We'll see how this live stream goes. I don't believe everybody has left, so the internet might bug out on me, so it might in the stream. First things first, I guess I never posted a video showing what my loadouts are. As of right now, I basically have slots 2 through 5 are my standard loadouts, so as in my constructor loadout, my outlander loadout, my soldier loadout, and my ninja loadout. And then number 1 is kind of the one where I'm just messing with different loadouts. So for right now, what I'm running on my constructor loadout is Ice King, Mega Base Kyle, Power Base Nox, I think was his name, Machinist Thora, and then I'm running this. So one of the ones I would recommend is there's Machinist Harper, who gives the trap durability bonus. The problem is in most missions, durability doesn't come into play when it comes to actually the traps running out of durability. I've not had it happen. Now, if I'm going to do a Storm Shield, I did level her up to where I could use her if I needed to. But right now I'm running this constructor because she does launchers damage by 17%. And the reason why is because my Noble Launcher, I rolled it for all durability rolls. So this gets it a little bit more damage, and I don't have to sacrifice that durability. So, and plus, whenever I'm being a constructor, I'm usually monitoring the base, running around healing stuff, and so while I'm on the other side of a wall, it's nice to have a Noble Launcher shot that I can just fire straight through it and do a little bit of damage while I'm running around. Before I was using this, where it increases damage of traps. The only reason why I switched it just a few minutes ago. I'm going to try recycling. I've never tried it before, but what I was going to do is I was going to basically build a structure as much as I can and see how much this structure like leveled up and made as crazy as I can to basically get the most out of this I can is the goal. We'll see what happens with that though. So aside from that, we can go over to the next page. This is the soldier loadout. I mean, I guess as you can see, it's the one that like almost everybody's running. Tactical assault sledgehammer is just bustedly strong right now. Hopefully they don't fix that because I enjoy playing with him. But I mean, he's good as the main or in your secondary. If you're going for a damage with a weapon, with an assault weapon class, he's required in the build basically. And I'm sure you've heard plenty of other people talk about it, but because they changed it to where the amount of shots you do, basically as a soldier in general, it increases your stability. It basically, that stability bonus completely negates the downside of crack shot. So basically, crack shot is a free damage bonus as long as you're using high magazine size weapons. Basically this combo right here, these two guys, makes the Mercury LMG. So if you didn't know, the Mercury LMG has the same, I guess, kind of bug that the Blunderbuss has, but it's not really a bug. I guess it's just the way the numbers work out. But the Mercury LMG has the same basically insane power level. But now because of this combo, that Mercury LMG might be one of the strongest weapons in the game. I don't know because I don't own it, but it seems like it would be. Then running this cyborg guy, he's basically the same thing as Crackshot except for minus the stability and a little bit less powerful. I run a few things that some other people don't. A lot of people are running Urban Assault Headhunter. My thing is, if I'm using a kind of spray and pray method, I'm going to aim for body shots from a great distance away. So I'm not really trying to build dependent on headshots, and I get she is really, really powerful, but I just don't trust myself to be aiming and to be trying hard enough a lot of the time to actually get the headshots needed to make Urban Assault Headhunter good. Hey, what's going on, Tyler? Here, let me send you an invite, 1 second. So I'm also running, I'm just going through my builds right now, so let me actually go here, and go to party, and invite, and where are you? Why can't I find you? Well, 1 second, this is going to take longer than I thought it would. Let's jump over to, there you are. Okay, so then I'm running the every 6 ranged weapon eliminations triggers an explosive headshot just to get a little bit more AoE. And then, yeah, I mean, everybody's running pretty close to this build for soldiers. Let's jump over next to, this is the Outlander build I'm running. Hey, what's going on, Tyler? So the only thing about this build I would want to change is once the spring event or whatever comes out, I'm going to change out this static cling to the lucky Outlander who decreases the respawn time for your teddy. By the way, your mic is creating a, like, what's it called? Like a loop or whatever. Like I can hear myself through your mic.
Is it now?
Yes, still, yeah.
How? I'm not even on your stream.
I mean, I guess me coming through your headset is too loud, or coming through your TV or whatever.
Is that better?
I mean, let's, yeah, it's good. Alright.
Okay, so...
But yeah, so this is, I'm just going over my loadouts on the stream is basically what I'm doing at this moment. And then I was planning on farming the mission in Twine Peaks that's giving out 3 times legendary perk up. Yep. It's the best mission right now.
So it's 3.
Yeah, 3
5,
times legendary.
3, 5, 79. Okay.
What are you counting out?
So what's 39 times 4? Okay. Times 81.
Just get a calculator.
Exactly, we're not allowed using calculators.
Okay, well, good luck with that. So this is my ninja build. A lot of people I've been seeing different builds for, and right now, actually, 2 of these ninjas are bugged, and I don't know if you've seen. You probably have, but right now, Dragon Scorch is bugged with his damage. He's not doing 25% more damage, which he says he should be. And then the Cupid ninja, she is not doing as much energy damage as she should be. And another problem with her is if you use her as your main, if you're going for a Dragon Slash build, if different things like lasers, for instance, if you slash through a laser and he stands in the flame and doesn't move, like if he's in the middle of shooting you and just doesn't move after you like zip by him, the energy damage that's supposed to keep hitting him doesn't hit him. So like if they stand still, yeah. So that's bugged right now. But yeah, this is just basically a Dragon Slash build. I've seen a lot of people do melee builds, which does seem really good. I just enjoy Dragon Slash since before the update, so I tried to recreate that here. And then for fun build that I'm working on right now is a farming build with Archaeologists is basically what I'm running right now. And aside from that, I guess let's get on to a mission.
I'm already in the mission.
Okay, and yours is public then, right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go ahead and I guess jump in one as well. Interestingly enough, is I actually posted a video yesterday of a bug where you go in. Oh, whoops, let me change out here to something else. Let me change. We already have a constructor. Let me check something right quick. Oh yeah, no, I don't need to do any more of those. So I got all the special heroes that came out from this update that you had to do missions to get. So I guess I'm just gonna go
Same.
here. Anyways, but yeah, I posted a glitch where you go into a mission as like an Outlander for like you still have your constructor perks. So like for instance, you have Rosie and you have the decoy and you have Bull Rush. You can't use any of the abilities, but you're in there in the skin of an Outlander, and you can still do your anti-material punch, but you don't have access to your Teddy and your shock tower and all that anymore. So basically, all your abilities are useless aside from your anti-material punch. And what was interesting about that was I posted it. Now it's probably 25 hours ago, and then 2 hours ago, David Dean actually made a video. I mean, my video was quick because I wasn't able to stream that day when it happened. Hey, what's going on, Toby Parker? What's going on? But yeah, so David Dean actually posted a video basically discussing what I posted 23 hours earlier, which was pretty funny to me. Aside from that, there's a bunch of different bugs, but let's see. I did actually get my abilities this time, so we're good on that note. Let me
I'm
actually
stuck.
grab it.
And
What do you mean you're stuck?
Emoji cool smile.
Left a sub, thank
You
you.
know how I always get stuck and there's little tiny holes that you can?
Like in between like floors and like cliff faces that are not flat? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
What about it?
I always get stuck in them. Yeah, I got stuck in it, and I'm still stuck, and I can't get out.
If you wait, you should be able to jump out of it. Like, it should work eventually.
Hold up.
Alright.
Yeah, I can't jump. can't even
Maybe if you
dig.
place a structure below you. Oh,
Any attacks
let's
from
go
the
over
storm's
there.
creatures could corrupt the data.
Alright, so we're gonna try this
Have you
recycling.
heard Tiana yet?
Heard what?
Tiana?
What is that?
It's a rap song. Okay.
I mean, I don't listen to a whole lot of, like, I listen to a little bit of rap, but I listen to artists that I like, so I don't generally listen to the radio and turn it to a rap channel. So, let's see.
I'm thinking about buying Save the World. Do you think it's a good idea? Emoji grin.
I do for the V-Bucks, and right now is a decent time to start because everybody's like putting out build videos, and there's basically like there's basically three soldiers that I would go with, and if you get those three soldiers, you'll be like set up. You'll be ready to beat the game, basically. Those are the three most powerful characters in the game right now. So it's really easy to progress further, and a lot of people who are thinking about buying Save the World are people that are just trying to get V-Bucks for Battle Royale. And seeing as how you can progress so fast now, you can get a lot of V-Bucks really fast.
Rapper named Blueface.
Oh, okay, rapper named
Hey!
Blueface, yeah.
Hey!
So he knows what you're talking about, Tyler. But I don't.
Tiana? Who does? Who does?
The guy in my stream, he knows the song you were talking about. Oh, jeez.
Hold up, let me just go to your stream really fast.
The guy's name is Toby Parker. Yeah.
Hold up.
Let's see. How are we gonna build this? Because this is blocking this now. I don't think there's really a way to build this. And this is blocking this way. So this will be really interesting. Oh man, I don't like this. I don't like this one bit.
Hey,
so
I never said shoot it down, you crackhead.
Guy in your game.
Yeah, he just shot this stupid thing down.
So let's see if we're going with this build. We need
Okay, Tatiana is a song by a rapper named Blueface. Yeah.
So he knows what you're talking about. He's in touch.
Yep.
I'm not. Oh jeez, don't. What are you doing, dude? Building all this. Hey, what's going on? 3 people in the stream. Oh wait, that's you.
Said were good.
Let's see. What were the last 2 characters you said were good? So Urban Assault Sledgehammer is a need to get hero, and then crack shot is another hero that you need to get. And if you run those two, basically you're going to have one of the most powerful builds in the game.
Titan6262 is my YouTube channel.
Hey! Hey, I'm getting lasered out here.
Trying to plug your YouTube channel, I see you, Tyler.
Nope, not me.
Yeah, it is you. I could see it.
Shh. Wait, we don't... Oh, we do have trap tunnels set up. Oh, makes sense.
I'm just trying to
then.
get all this upgraded so that way I can put my base down and hopefully get a decent amount of materials. Basically, oh.
Oh,
nope,
you have
I forgot.
recycling on too?
Yeah, I figured I'd give it a shot. I haven't tried it out yet. How do I do the trap wheel
It's bad.
again? It is?
Yeah.
Alright. Oh, that is not what I wanted. Base. Oh, come on. There we go.
Another
So that should
smasher
cover-
already? Jesus.
I'm upgrading all this material to max, so hopefully I can get the maximum amount of materials back from recycling, as long as I can remember to empty the base. Oh wait, can people still steal your
Yeah.
that sucks.
That's why it's bad.
Yeah, well that makes sense. But if you are thinking about getting the game, there are a few more bugs though to mention, by the way. So another one is, I mean, it's not really a bug, I wouldn't say necessarily, but it's a problem that was, hey, this guy actually knows what he's doing. Sorry, just most people don't know. I did the crazy build where you put, it's the weather balloon. Yeah, you already know, you're playing the same mission. So you know how there's normally the floor, stairs, wall, and then it goes out one tile and then another wall?
Yeah.
And then if you want to do extra, you can beside that put 2 walls, a floor, and a ceiling. So that way they they have to come in through where they'll get launched back from the pad.
As my friend said has giving me a zip zap if I get it, but I don't know what is it.
But yeah, so I went with that build to basically get the maximum amount of materials I can. So let me read this right quick. Sorry.
It's amazing. I'm thinking about buying Save the World as my friend said he's giving me a zip zap. What's a zip zap?
I think he's talking about like one of those pistols. I mean, it's right now there's not really a whole lot of guns that are like, I mean, there's some good guns, but I don't know. If he's just trying to get you into it by saying he'll give you like in-game weapons, I mean, that's not really anything that would be too enticing, I wouldn't think, but
no.
The main reason why I would suggest getting it is because of the fact that you can get V-Bucks. So if you enjoy Battle Royale and you want a way to supplement paying cash for V-Bucks, this is a way to get yourself some V-Bucks and save your wallet a little bit.
You know what happens if it's not your wallet? Never thought about that.
Well, the main thing is too though is that a lot of people who do play Save the World, if you are coming from Battle Royale, a lot of people that start playing Save the World don't go back to Battle Royale. Like they still play it, but like, I mean, Tyler, I mean, I'm assuming you'd agree that your amount of time you've played has dropped a lot since you started playing Save the World. Wouldn't you say?
He said zip zap in my digger or something like that.
Yeah. I mean, and same for me, and I know Epic's the same way, that all of the amount of time we played Battle Royale has dropped a lot. And let me see.
Yeah.
Oh geez, this guy built something over my base. Hopefully that doesn't mean he stole all the stuff out of it. He said zap zap and like Gravedigger or something like that. So the Gravedigger used to be a big deal. And then it came out. Yeah, it's not anymore because it came out in the shop. But a long time ago,
I mean,
everybody
it's still one
wanted
of the best weapons. It's still one of them.
I mean, it's not top 3, but it's probably among the top 10. I mean, there's weapons that are just garbage, and then there's weapons that are good. And then there's weapons that are amazing, and it's in that good category. I don't know if I'd quite say it's amazing, but you know,
hey,
this guy is building a ridiculous amount of stuff. But whatever, I'm willing to build too. I also think it's funny, so I don't know what your thoughts on this are, Tyler, but I think it's interesting that they made it a banner that you can get for building a certain amount of structures, and then shortly after it make the amount of structures, or your ability to get materials, like, hindered by a large amount. just think it's funny. It's like, oh, well, we're going to make it a trophy, and then now, because it's a trophy, we're going to make it ridiculously hard for you to get the trophy. Like, okay. Well, thanks.
I've ordered like 200,000 structures built.
Let me see. Yeah, no problem, man. I was going to mention, let's see, another bug is, oh yeah, I started talking about this. Tyler, you remember how, like, Outlanders, sometimes you get stuck on what you're anti-material punching, so you basically only destroy that one thing, even though... Yeah, so that's still in the game, to where basically you can't anti-material punch anything. You can, but you only hit the thing that's right in front of you, even though you should go through it and hit, like, the next wall. That bug is still there.
What about the weapons one? No, what about your gadgets one where I couldn't even use, like, any of my, abilities because of that bug, remember? And no, it was in your storm shield.
The one where you come in as the wrong hero. Yeah, I talked about that earlier.
No, I was the right hero, but, and, like, it was your Storm Shield 10.
I don't remember.
And I didn't have any of my, like, abilities for my hero.
Well, and that's the thing I was talking about, is sometimes you come in as the wrong skin, so really you're not who you're supposed to be. Like, you're playing as an Outlander, but you, or you look like an Outlander, but you're playing as a Constructor, is one of the more common ones. And let's see, because he put floors there, he just basically completely destroyed the purpose of that whole thing. So that's great. These guys are great.
People don't know what they're doing, okay?
Well, the thing is that at least they know that I no longer. So originally, Constructors got.
One more question. A different friend said that if I get it, make sure I don't stand too much. But yet again, I don't know what it means.
1 second, and I will read that comment.
Here, I'll read it. I have just one more question. A different friend said that if I get it, make sure I don't scam too much. But yet again, I don't care what that means either.
Scamming is really, it pertains to trading, so you say, hey, let's trade for this, and then you don't trade for it. You basically just take it whenever they try and give it to you, and don't give them anything in return. That's what scamming in a nutshell is.
Yeah, then they took away something that was very, like, scammers used it every day.
Yeah. But the main thing is that that a lot of people just don't trade anymore, so you don't have to worry about that too much. The main, oh geez, I'm about to die because for some reason I can't place my decoy. That's great.
And why isn't this mission ending? There we go.
Probably it could be another bug.
That's another bug.
But yeah, so a lot of people just don't trade. Oh jeez, come on guys. We've got one Urban Assault Sledgehammer, and what's the other guy playing as? I don't know what he's playing as, but that Urban Assault Sledgehammer should be doing enough damage that we shouldn't be losing this badly.
Are you even losing?
Yeah, we lost a file, which I mean isn't bad, but that's still a file that we don't have. Oh, that's why our the other soldier isn't anywhere near it. I was running towards him because I thought he was near the objective, and he wasn't. I realized I was running the wrong direction. But yeah, so, and like I was saying though, yeah, if you're getting into this game, definitely need to get Urban Assault Sledgehammer and Crackshot are the two heroes I would recommend getting before anything else. And then there's a few others that you could get for a different build, but they're like the must-haves.
It only gives you 150, what's it called? Legendary.
Okay, well this guy somehow destroyed my base, so that's great.
How?
I don't know, but it was underneath. Oh, I know how. You can destroy somebody's base now if you pickaxe it.
Also, are the drops the same like Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, and Frosty?
Wow.
So, for instance, everybody on the stream, if you watch, I should be able to destroy this guy's. Yeah, see his base going down. So if you pickaxe somebody's base, you can destroy their base. Come on, let me place a trap. Okay, now I just can't place my base. That's great. Okay, so I'm in. Let me go into builds if I can. Oh, I just straight up can't build right now. That's great. Oh, there we go.
I just got one of the rarest guns in the game.
What'd you get, Tyler?
It's called the trash cannon.
It's alright.
I mean, it's one of the rarest guns in the game.
I mean, the Noble Launcher is like one of the best guns in the game, and the Mercury LMG is also one of the best guns in the game.
So is the bundle bus.
Well, the Mercury LMG does the same thing the blunderbuss does, where it does insane amounts of damage. And then right now with Urban Assault Sledgehammer and Crackshot being as good of a combo as it is, I mean, the more shots you have, the better. So the Mercury LMG might be better specifically for that reason, because you can get more shots downrange and get the bonus to last longer.
True.
So it might be the most broken gun in the game, but I don't own the gun, so I cannot speak on that from experience, unfortunately.
Mercury LMG? Oh, I used to have it.
Well, I don't know why you recycled it, because it's amazing.
Well, you know, people said it was horrible, so I said, fine.
Ready for action.
The guy did it again. See? I took out his base, now he took out my base. That's great. So, just another problem with the game, because I'm pretty sure you couldn't do that before, could you, Tyler? Could you pickaxe somebody's base and make the base go away?
Yeah, you can. You could.
Well, I never had it happen to me before this update, and then now people just seem to do it all the time. So.
IGT. Oh, I gotta go. If I come in next stream, will you explain more stuff?
Yeah, sure. Just if you got some questions, for sure, and I'll just explain overall. In general, I'll explain a lot of stuff. Yeah, that's usually what I'm trying to do, is just spread information. Yeah, but yeah, I'll see you around, man, for sure.
Also, are the drops the same like Tilted Towers, Pleasant Park, and Frosty Place?
So about that question, do you mean like right now, are people playing the same way they used to on Battle Royale, or, because if that's what you mean, I don't know. I don't play Battle Royale enough to tell you for sure.
We have 3 people. No, it's me, you, and the other dude.
Yep.
We liked your stream.
Yep. Oh, thank you for the like, by the way. Oh, so we actually failed this mission. And see, that's my main problem, is that people, before, I never had people destroy my base before. And now people are doing that, and that's part of the reason why we failed this mission.
Well, you know what? Just join me at that point.
Yeah, well, I am planning to at this point, because you're waiting in the lobby, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so.
And I won't fail us on purpose like those ugly people.
Yeah. Well, I only destroyed his because I was curious if he could still do it, and mine was just destroyed for no reason, so I'm assuming that's why he destroyed mine. But I am going to play as a different character. I just wanted to see how much they...
drops like there are in Battle Royale.
No, you just spawn in one central point, and the map's not even the same. It's a completely different thing. There's different areas, there's different levels, so there's like Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny Valley, and Twine Peaks. And each mission puts you in a different location, so there's like desert biomes, forest biomes, that kind of stuff. But
yes.
Yeah.
And I am playing as a constructor.
You're playing as a constructor? Alright, I'll play as a soldier and get some crazy damage, some crazy point damage.
I have a question. Do you have a hardware weapon?
I don't believe so. So let me go to this hero loadout again and change over to my soldier loadout. Oh, yeah, let me go ahead and do that. And
well, you said you don't know, or don't think so.
Actually, I might stay for a while. Emma begin.
Alright, yeah, no problem, man. I enjoy having people here. It's fun to talk to multiple people at the same time. And then, so Tyler, you were wondering about hardware weapon. The closest thing to a hardware weapon that I have that's any good is an 82, an 82 hammer, the hydraulic hammer. And it's all blue rolls.
Is it hardware?
Yeah, it's hardware. It's hardware melee. It's only 82 though,
okay.
so, and I'm not trying to spend the XP to level it up. The best melee or the best hardware weapon in the game right now, if you're trying to go for hardware weapons. Well, actually, I don't know if that I can't make that claim anymore because now they changed it. So this used to be the best hardware weapon in the game with Steel Wolf Sid, which was the Socket Slugger. Used to be amazing. Now I'm not quite sure if it's the best anymore, but I enjoyed the hammer. But I can make you a hammer whenever we get into a game. So let me send you an invite. And oh, Epic's on. Have you talked to him at all yet?
Nope. How about a Husk Stomper?
Husk Stomper, what is that?
Wait, a Husk Stomper?
Yeah. What weapon are you talking about?
It's in hardware. It's a rock. It's a Husk. I don't know.
Well, the three main hardware weapons I see everybody use if they're not using a melee weapon or not using a sword is the lead sled, which I have.
Just out of curiosity, you don't have to answer, but are you American
what
or
power
English?
level?
What are you talking about?
What power level?
Of what do you mean?
The thing that you said has
The
an
lead
engine
sled?
on it or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't upgraded it, but these three, the Socket Slugger, the Pulverizer, and the lead sled are the main weapons that everybody uses if they're going for hardware. Let me read your comment right quick. Are you American or English? I mean, do I sound
both the
English? Well, no, English, like, I'm assuming you mean it's like from Britain, like that kind of English.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I am American.
American.
But American, yeah, American. But I don't think I sound British at all, or like that kind of thing. Anyways, let's jump over to this mission and get it started back up. And hopefully this time we don't get a butt who destroys
So
the
you
base
said the
and makes us lose.
pulverizer?
Yes.
God dang it.
What?
Jesus.
What'd
Thought
you
I
do?
could get it and level it up. Maybe not.
All right. So another bug. This bug isn't that big of a deal. So there are a lot of bugs right now. This bug isn't that big of a deal, but it's more of an annoyance than, well, actually, no, I wouldn't say it's not that big of a deal. It is a big deal. Because I don't quite know yet if it affects
Nerds
your
just
rewards
I've never heard
overall.
an American male before. Emoji happy tears.
Oh, okay. That's surprising, because it seems like, well, the reason why I say that not hearing an American male before is interesting is, I mean, I don't know your age range, but it seems like American culture has permeated a lot of other areas. So I know, like, China, they tend to really like American culture. Australians tend to not like Americans, but know a lot about them. So, I mean, like, I don't know. It's just, it seems like a lot of people also watch YouTube, and a lot of the more popular YouTubers do seem to be American. So I don't know, just interesting. And the bug I was talking about was beta storms. I don't know if you've played it yet, Tyler, and had this happen, but
Yeah.
sometimes you'll go into beta storms and they just
It won't
bug out,
start.
and it won't start. Well, it'll start, like, the ring will close, but it won't actually count
Yeah.
anything. Like, it won't count your kills, it won't count the things you're supposed to find. It won't do any of that. So
Yep,
let's
I've had that.
yeah, so, and the only reason why I say it might not be a big deal, but it could be, is because you can only do so many beta storms. I don't know if that counts against you on the amount of beta, doesn't count. I don't know if it counts as, like, one of the beta storms you can do in a certain amount of time. Because if it does, that's terrible, but if it doesn't, then, you know, it's just an annoyance at that point.
The
let's see.
pulverizer, can
Oh
you
yeah,
pass
let me
me
make
that?
you a pulverizer. And then hey, by the way, we got
Information on
4
emoji,
people.
Emoji happy tears. And I mostly watch English YouTubers like Chunks and C.
You still have
okay.
3.
Makes sense. I mean, on my screen it's showing 4, so whoever you are, if there is a 4th person, thanks for stopping by. Let me make you that hammer that you wanted. And then, yeah, 12, by the way. So yeah, I mean, you know, with YouTube, you can find plenty of people with an English or an American accent. I've actually got another hardware weapon if you want to try it out. It's one that I just picked up randomly, so you can have them both.
Warhammer and hey,
But that,
Warhammer.
yeah,
Bonk,
I mean,
bonk.
that's just a random one that I had though. So let's build this here. This is just the same build I ran last time. This build tends to work pretty good as long as you can place the traps, which unfortunately, Tyler, I do not have the traps to place, so if you can place them, that'd be great.
I don't have traps, I recycled them. Hey! It knocked me down again.
Oh, jeez.
God
Okay,
dang,
so
this
this
weapon does a ton.
is gonna be interesting. What weapon does a ton?
The one that you found or whatever.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's really strong?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm never going to use it, so pretty much right now they don't have, at least from what I've seen, I didn't see any builds for hardware weapon heroes, so I don't know if there's any good ones. So why are you running, do you have a specific reason why you're running Machinist, or wait, what's her name now, Thunder Thora or whatever? Any reason why you're running her as your main?
Mope, and I died.
Just because you like her, I'm guessing, then, at that point?
Yeah, there's a mimic on me.
Alright, well, have fun with that.
I can't, I'm dead.
Oh yeah, and I'm not running Constructor, so I don't have Banner. Oh, well, good luck with that. Let's see.
God.
Yeah. I guess if there is a fourth person in the stream, they're just lurking, so it's all good, though.
Yay,
Let
crit
me
damage.
make some traps here.
Okay.
Also, there's a few American
You
girls
should
in my
make
school
this
from Boston
element
and don't
the
sound similar
energy,
to
then
me.
it'd be
Obviously, you're a male,
false.
just thought it was me.
The
What is the...
pulverizer.
I don't know if I even can, actually. Oh, I made it physical because I was thinking about using it as a smasher killer. It was kind of because you can do the big attack, knocks things back, so you could potentially knock a smasher off of like the side of a map. Is basically the main reason why I was planning on doing that. Let me go ahead and place these traps down.
Jeez, it two shots these husks.
What does?
Actually, one
the
shot.
hammer?
Your pulverizer.
Well, it's not amazing. It just does enough right now. I mean, it's only blue rolls too. It's a pretty good weapon, but I wouldn't say it's like a first-class weapon. Here we go. Let me read this comment also. No, that's fine. That's the thing is a lot of people that aren't from America don't. I mean, I don't know how much you know about America or not, but a lot of people that aren't from America tend to think that because a lot of well, I guess the main reason why I should say this is a lot of European countries are really, really small. So people think America, when they say like, you know, America as a country, they think it's similarly sized, where in America we do have states that are the size of countries in other places around the world. So it's a very diverse place, and then also we are, I mean, kind of a melting pot of cultures. So not only due to size, but due to the amount of random genes and, you know, diverse cultures that come here, you get a lot of interesting accents, and you know, there's people that you can tell are from the South because they've got a Southern accent, and then there's people that are from the North. It's just
Hoity, mate.
well, I mean, I'm trying to think of like, because me, I don't really have the ability to say like, oh, well, I've got a Southern accent or I've got a more Northern accent, because
You have a Northern.
well, the thing is like I feel like I do, but I don't know, because so I was raised most of my life in the South. And I guess that's where I was getting into is like, originally, so I was born in Georgia, and I spent less than a year in Georgia, in Atlanta. I was actually born in the ghettos of Atlanta. I was the very first white baby born in the hospital that I was born in. And I think I was one of 3 before the hospital closed. So, tells you the area I was born in. It was not a good area. But shortly after I was born, we moved up to South Carolina, then to Tennessee, then North Carolina. Then shortly after I was old enough to basically live on my own, so basically right after high school, I went back to Georgia for about a year. Then I went to New York for about 3 years. I lived in New York, and I'm assuming that's where part of the northern accent comes from, just working, because those 4 to 5 years of my life were where I was like really working, and so in high school you're just kind of, you know, whatever, just trying to live. Once you start working, you're trying to, you know, impress people and get paid. So could be partially the reason why I might sound like I'm more northern than a southerner, but you know. And then now I am back down in the south. I am below the Mason-Dixon line, so not super south, but I'm not gonna say where I'm living at now. But yeah, I'm in the south again. So,
did I start up this encampment again?
I don't live in a very good area, and I'm one of the only white people near where I live. Emoji cool smile.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is like you can get in good neighborhoods where, like, I guess race isn't a big factor, but I will say in some of the more predominantly, like, any culture where it's predominantly one race. So for instance, if it's like, even if it's like a majority white people, you get a lot of rednecks and a lot of crime. If it's a majority of African American people, you can get a lot of quote unquote gangsters and a lot of crime. Anywhere, like, so if you get a lot of Hispanic culture as well in one area, that tends to be more crime. It's just anywhere where it's like it's all one type of population tends to create issues, which is weird, because also anywhere where it's like a bunch of mixed races and there's no like homogeny between different races.
I need help.
You know, where are you and what do you need help with? Do you keep dying to an encampment or something?
Yes.
You still haven't killed that mimic?
No.
Jesus. Alright, I'm headed that way. I'll try and help you.
It keeps hitting me.
Where is it?
Rednecks.
Oh, there it is.
Got it.
Rednecks,
It's almost dead,
so,
and I'm almost dead.
I'm coming to help you. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Rednecks is a term for, Southerners that... How would you describe a redneck, Tyler?
Southerners, I don't care, basically.
Well, and generally poor. And I will say that's another big part of the demographic of the majority of crime, people that commit crime, is lower income areas. And redneck is generally a term for people that usually don't have a lot of money and tend to... It's kind of the same thing where it's basically the white person version of gangster. Like, you know, generally lower education level, and...
Because they don't care.
Well, yeah, they don't care, and, you know, just overall not necessarily the people you want to be hanging out around.
I mean, if you do, well, I mean, you do if you don't care about anything, but, I mean, other than that, just don't hang out with them.
Well, the thing is, too, is it's all about when you meet them, because you can meet some rednecks that are great people when they're not around their friends, because their friends influence them in the wrong way. But I mean, the same thing can be said about gangsters, or well, I mean, I guess gangster is really a bad term to use, because I mean that tends to make people think predominantly African American versus is there a word that...
There's some white gangsters.
Well, yeah, but and then also there's like Latino gangsters, which I don't know. I feel like there's got to be a term specifically for Latino gangster, but I can't. I'm not sure what that term would be.
Isn't it? God, it was like... I'm not even gonna... I don't even know, but it's something like... It's very weird.
Well, I mean, it's probably a Spanish word, which I never took Spanish, so... I would not know.
So you don't know any Spanish then?
Nope. I know a very little
bro.
Spanish. The amount of Spanish I know is mostly from Latin. So I took Latin in school, which is a terrible idea. It was fun and I enjoyed it because it's all about history. But aside from that, nobody speaks Latin. There's Latin in the Catholic Church, but that is not the Latin that I learned, because I learned like you know, in Rome when they spoke Latin. That's the Latin that I learned. And seeing as how no one speaks that anymore, it's kind of hard to practice anything other than writing the language. Jesus, leave me alone. Stupid husks.
That's how I felt.
I'm just trying to upgrade these structures because there's a staircase that wasn't even upgraded.
There.
Alright, let me see if I can upgrade this now. Oh, okay, yeah, so, and then you were saying that it's... Oh, Jesus. Yeah, if you use the big attack, it should.
No, it doesn't. I just did, see?
And then, basically, the closest thing, so in America, what they would call that is a housing project. So the projects, and yeah, that tends to be lower income people.
Very low. Why am I lagging?
I'm getting a lot of lag as well, so. But yeah, that's that tends to be where there's a lot of crime in American cities, is places like that, housing projects. Oh jeez, that went really bad. There's the next wave is starting up.
I'm not ready for this.
1 second, I will read that comment. I heard they upgraded plasma pulse.
Paid for our house. We're in between two council estates, which is where all of my friends live. But I'm fine living here. I love it. Oh.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people tend to love where they live,
yeah.
Regardless of, like, I mean, it's funny because a lot of people will be like super wealthy and then they want to move back home, even though home is not necessarily the best place for them to be. One of the people that comes to mind when talking about that scenario is, who was it? I think it was some famous rapper, but he came from the projects and then he moved back once he made it big as a rapper, and then all his stuff got stolen. So he was like, man, I can't hang out with y'all anymore.
Wasn't it? I thought it was Drake.
Yeah, it might have been. I know there was one celebrity though, and he caught a lot of flack for that because he was like, oh, you can't handle the hood anymore, like that kind of thing, which was pretty funny.
Yeah, where everything gets stolen there.
Well, and that's, I mean, again, crime is, you know, more present in places of lower income, which is funny. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say funny is the wrong term, which is interesting because you would think that crime would be more predominant in places where people have a lot of stuff, but it's not. It's like, because I guess whenever you're stealing from people that live around you, you know, I guess, where they hide all their stuff, so that's one thing, and then,
not really.
Well, I mean, like, if everybody has the same idea of, oh, well, people are going to come in and steal my stuff, you start hiding your stuff, which makes it easier to figure out where people are going to hide their stuff, versus, you know, well, and the other thing is, too, is that more wealthy people tend to just buy safes, and safes are harder to break into than people that can't afford a safe, so. Oh, jeez.
I might have the mini boss on me because it's not dying.
Is anyone coming to res me?
Files.
I guess. Are you gonna res me or not?
Yeah.
Alright.
My question is, how are we dying?
I don't know. Oh, jeez. So do you think they fixed the lobbers yet?
Understand.
Yeah, I already read that. Lobbers still seem to be brokenly overpowered. Oh, I was gonna res you. But yeah, this, by the way, also...
Don't hold back just because you think you will offend me. Emoji happy tears.
1 second, I will read that. But so this guy, by the way, is the guy that I was talking about, Urban Assault Sledgehammer. He's one of the most strong, most powerful heroes in the game right now. Just FYI, so you know what you're looking for. Oh, mini boss over there. I guess I'll just keep guarding this side. Oh jeez, come on.
He's trap vulnerable.
Oh, trap vulnerable. Oh yeah, by the way, another bug in the game, and I don't know if you know about this, Tyler, or not. There's a bug where a level 20 freeze trap affects even the strongest enemies in the game. So you can use your level 20 freeze traps instead of power level like 82 or power level 100 freeze traps, which saves you a lot of materials, which, you know, is always nice.
He's not even in here, is he? Where is he?
I don't know. Is he dead? No, he's still alive. If he's trapped vulnerable, you guys need to be luring him out. What's going on over here?
I don't know where he is, though.
Oh, he's in here. Yeah, I'm trapped vulnerable, so let me, I guess, make this, and hopefully not die to this thing while I wait for this trap to craft. Come on. Here we go. There we go. That should do some damage. I just wasted a 130 gas trap if this guy doesn't die in time. Heal me.
Dude, I can't.
Save me. Don't let the boss out. Oh, jeez.
No.
Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. It's all good.
I died.
I'm trying to kill these husks. Yep, okay. Oh, nobody placed the... Oh, no, there's a trap here. I don't know why it wasn't going off. We're just in the midst of a bunch of craziness, so I'm sorry I'm not reading your comment right away.
I bet you I have the least combat because I've been using a melee this whole time.
No, probably not. I mean, you might, but probably not. I might actually not have that good combat either, though, because I've been dying the whole time and, you know, just kind of running all over the place. Oh, jeez. And I'm dead.
I died.
Let's see if I can get my respawn. You say whatever your opinion is, I don't hold back just because you think it might offend me. No, I mean, I'm not holding back because I think I'll offend you per se. It's just that some people, outrage culture is a big deal in America right now. A lot of people like to get offended because the louder you scream, I guess, the more valid I think that people think their point is. So
everybody has their own opinion. I like hearing them, so don't worry about hurting my feelings.
Everybody has their own opinion. I like hearing them. Yeah, no problem. I just don't want to become, you know, a meme somewhere. And I also tend to refrain from saying anything. I tend to try and think through what I'm saying before I say it and think about how anybody might take it. It's not just you in particular. It's just anybody who watches this in the future. I don't want them to take something out of context and think that, oh, you know, you're a bigot for this reason, or you're a whatever phobe they want to come up with next. Islamophobe, transphobe, or whatever, you know. I don't want to don't want to encourage that kind of attack because, well, not only because it's usually used by people that are more ignorant than others, but just, you know, it's better to keep that type of person away from you in general. So, but so, and then I guess on to more stuff about the game. One thing that I wish they would change, and I think I've even said this to you, Tyler, is I feel like buying llamas should require you to press and hold a button instead of just pressing a button. Because the other day I was actually scrolling through. Got what weapon?
The weapon that you gave me.
Oh, like in the epic variant though? Because that's the epic mini bosses. I got an epic schematic.
I got an epic, but it's like the pulverizer one. Yeah, it is the pulverizer.
Yeah. So you just need to upgrade it. It's an alright weapon. The lead sled is generally thought of as better because of its superior attack speed, but my problem is that usually I would want the weapon to do enough damage to where I only have to attack the thing twice. The lead sled gets faster the more you attack. So basically, like, as you get up to like 10 attacks, you're getting to the faster speed limits of it, and it's like I don't want to have to attack something 10 times to make it a superior weapon. You know, I'd rather just have a raw damage that is superior. Let's go back up here. So basically, we're just going to keep farming this mission. Oh, missions. Wait, why does it say time remaining -27? We're not at close to an hour, are we? Did I stream for almost an hour already? Jeez. Let's go back in the stream. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Alright, well, let's do this one more time, seeing how we can, and then I'll probably call it a stream after this mission. Let's jump on over here. But I really wish they would make it to where you have to hold square, because I spent 500 V-Bucks on something that I didn't need to.
This is a weird question, but what's your opinion on gay people? I'm not, but me and my mates often get called homophobic by the girls at our S.
Okay, so let me read this question. As a weird question, what's your opinion on gay people? I'm not, but me and my mates often get called homophobic by girls at our school. Well, so a lot of people... Homophobic, so gay people. Opinion towards gay people. My thing is, I'm not. I very much like women. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not going to get into the details of that, but yeah, I very much enjoy my time with women. And I get why people, and I guess I have my own ideas behind people being attracted to the same gender. Just because from an evolutionary perspective, it doesn't really make sense to me, because the whole point, well, I mean, yeah, I assume you do, but just because of the way you said that the first time. But yeah, from an evolutionary perspective, the whole point of life, if you're going down to boil it down from a science perspective, is to live, have a form of success, so live in excess, and then to reproduce, because you're gonna die. So it's like, the idea of being gay, it basically is counteracted to your life. The whole point of life is to, eventually you're gonna die, so to reproduce and pass it on to the next generation, and when you're gay, you can't do that yet. So, I don't know, to me that part doesn't make sense. 1 second, I can't read that for some reason, that's weird.
Not boys.
Yeah, it said he commented something else, but that's... Anyways,
nope.
But my opinion is, basically that they can do what they want. I mean, them not wanting to reproduce is on them. I don't mind it. I've even actually gone to... I am of age to drink alcohol in the United States. So, I've even gone to gay bars before. I mean, some people might say this is wrong of me to do that, but I mean, whenever you go to a gay bar, if you're decently attractive, you can get free drinks. So,
yeah,
you know. And I know several guys who, when they have had less cash, have gone to gay bars and hung out to get free drinks, basically. You do have to watch out, though, and know what you're looking for, because things can happen. But
you think?
Well, and the other thing I will say is, at least in America, when it comes to the gay culture, it is very popular to participate in taking drugs or taking illegal substances. So there is, again, just, you have to know and be careful. And I would say the same thing to women that like to go to bars, is that, you know, men are pervs, so, and some gay men are pervs, so you have to watch yourself. But so
dislike gay people.
Let's see, Tyler. Okay, so for some reason that's the second time it said that somebody left a comment and I can't view it.
Says rape.
Rape? Well, that's you. But there was another comment that I think he made, but I can't view it for some reason.
Yeah, it says not boys.
No, there was another comment that he made, and because the reason why is I have it turned on to where it says it, mainly just as a thing to tell me that somebody left a comment, but it says it so fast I can't quite catch what it says sometimes. But yeah, I mean, you know, gay people are alright as long as they're not like in your face. I mean, it's kind of the same thing with anything. Like, you know, I don't mind people that are crazy about their religion. I don't mind, you know, Christians, I don't mind gay people, but if they're in your face about it all the time, if they're that Christian that's standing on the corner yelling that you're going to hell, I don't enjoy those people. The same thing with a gay person. If he's in your face like, oh, I'm gay and you should all be gay kind of thing, then I'm not gonna like that person.
Nope, no.
It's a personality thing, you know, more so than anything. But you know.
I just wanted to make sure you weren't gay because I'm sort of homophobic.
You're sort of homophobic.
What?
Well, I mean, then I guess you were saying that
I'm sort of homophobic.
you were saying that girls in your school call you that and your mates that. Well, I mean, if you are, then you know you shouldn't, I guess, take offense to the fact that they say the truth. I mean, the main thing is just being comfortable around people. I mean, I don't know about you in general, but I do know that I probably, when I was younger, probably didn't really like gay people, but that was just because I was uncomfortable with being around people in general. So, but now that I'm just kind of like,
same.
The main thing is like I just don't really care anymore. And that might not be the best way to look at life, but just life in general, I think people are just way too serious. And that's coming from somebody who overall takes himself very seriously. I think people just take life way too seriously and get caught up on and hung up on the wrong things. When it comes about investing time and being stressed over things that just don't really matter and don't really affect your life. But what were you gonna say, Tyler?
I don't like it ain't gay people, I just don't like being around people in general, like people that I don't know that are friends of my friends. I don't like being around them anyway.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. To me, it's just, I don't know. It's not really a big deal. I mean, and if you being slightly more homophobic, I mean, I'm not saying that you're a homophobe like that, but just being even slightly might not like what I'm about to say. But in my opinion, you know, being hit on by anybody is, I mean, you know, it's kind of fun. And so, I mean, it's, you know, it's weird, don't get me wrong, but it is interesting when a gay guy hits on you because you're like, oh man, I must look pretty good for a dude to like me, you know. So, and the other thing is, dudes do tend to be more vocal whenever they feel any form of attraction. So a dude that's hitting on you when he's gay means that, hey, you know, you look pretty good, you know, so girls might be thinking the same thing, girls that won't vocalize that opinion, so, you know, but...
Hey, Clipper, I was trying to kill them.
Oh, well, I'll leave them alone. Oh man, that's one of the.
I have to get 300 kills.
I didn't know you got got them out of the collection book. Let me read this right quick. I like your streams and your views on things. Yeah. And I mean that's what I tend to go for. Is I tend to try and have streams that I just talk about like random stuff. If you watch some of my other videos, and I do get not wanting to go back and watch some of those videos because they are hour and a half to 2 hour to an hour long videos, but I do tend to try and have discussions or longer. I do try and have
an hour.
Yeah, well, I do try and have I do try and discuss things on a deeper level than just, oh hey, you know, look at this cool thing in the game. I try and talk about stuff other than the game I'm playing because, you know, anybody who's played this game a lot isn't going to find that interesting, and anybody that's new to a game is not going to find my videos first. Most likely they're going to find, you know, the big names. So for instance, for Fortnite, you have, you know, Latana, David Dean. You have a lot of people that are bigger than I am. So I tend to try and have discussions about it.
Typical gamer with 8 million subs.
And he gets bullied. That's why I stopped disliking you. Yeah, well, the thing is that, and I mean, I'm not trying to say this to freak you out or anything, but a lot of the people that are most adamantly against something tend to have hints of that thing in their personality. So a lot of times those people that are, you know, hating on and bullying gay people tend to have a form of attraction towards that gay person. I'm not saying that's you or your friends, but I do know they're like, and I know this from, there's a guy in my school who, in middle school, he hated gay people. Like, he was adamantly against it. He was one of those people that would bully gay people, and it turned out by the end of senior year in high school, yeah, he was gay. So, you know,
so bully yourself. Wanna bully gay people, bully yourself.
And the other thing is at least he's willing to stand for something. At least, I mean, the fact that he's gay, at least he was willing to admit that he had an opinion on something, which you saying that you appreciate opinions is, you know, part of the reason why I think why you don't like this guy, but why you don't mind him being there, you don't hate him, basically, is the fact that you enjoy opinions. Well, no, I mean, I'm saying this guy in the chat, is that the fact that you're able to appreciate a difference of opinion is, you know, you're not into guys, but you're able to appreciate the fact that, you know, he is who he is and people are different. So
yeah.
Let's see. Weather balloon landing in 9 minutes. Are we gonna build any more than this? Because we don't have any traps on this. Are you okay?
I kinda built.
We don't have a constructor.
No.
I thought you were going to continue playing as a constructor. If I would have known you were going to switch, I would have picked something else. So seeing as how this mission has been extremely hard in the past, I guess I should make more of these first of all.
130 gas traps. There is a gay boy in our school, and he gets bullied. That's why I've stopped disliking gay people. I've had to punch my friends to leave him alone.
Which, you know, I don't condone violence, but sometimes it is the only way. Sometimes it is the only way to get people to pay attention. As bad as that does sound, it's some people just won't understand until they have to learn through pain. So, I mean, and I guess depending on, I don't know how your parents treat you, but I do know whenever I was being raised, spanking was still a thing. I know it's kind of fallen out of favor here, but yeah,
Same
I mean,
here.
That's how you learned. When you were young, that's how you learned. You learned by getting your butt dusted whenever you did something that you weren't supposed to do.
With a paddle, with a broom.
Why did you just destroy that?
Oh, I just now realized it would do that.
Well, you can replace that 106 gas trap then.
It's just especially me and him being the only white people in our year. I sort feel bad for him, seeing as we're similar in a way.
Being the only white people in our year, so I feel bad for him. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that also does make it hard because I don't know what race is the predominant race at your school, but I do know that certain races, and that's the other thing though too, is I will say some races are extremely.
Is definitely still a thing.
1 second, let me read that. Definitely still a thing. Okay. Yeah, I know that in America a lot of parents don't like to spank anymore. But that could be America. I think America's gotten way softer than it used to be. But yeah, certain races. So for instance, people that believe in like the Islamic religions tend to be very I don't know, offended by gay people. They tend to extremely dislike gay people. Let's go ahead and build this. If you can build the steps, that'd be awesome. But yeah, some religions, and you know, Christians get a bad rap for it too, disliking gay people. And it is against their religion, so I understand from that perspective at least. If you are, you know, a hardcore Christian, then disliking gay people, I mean, I guess makes sense. But there's also, you know, if you're trying to get people to believe what you believe, hating people doesn't seem like a good way to get them won over to your side, I guess is my point. So you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar is basically what that boils down to.
Maybe true.
Usually true.
Mostly true.
Back up here a little bit. Alright, oh Jesus. These lasers, man, going ham.
Where?
Do I have steps? Yep, there we go.
Just for your information, the majority race is black.
Oh, okay.
I'm dead.
You were saying the majority race is black. Alright. Yeah, I will say here in America we do tend to have have quite a bit of black people do tend to be a little bit more homophobic as well, which is weird. I don't know, in my opinion, because they don't have.
We have a gay girl in our school and no one cares.
Yeah, well, I will say being a gay female tends to be easier than being a gay man.
Yeah.
Just in general, but I don't know. But yeah, black people do tend to have a dislike of homophobic type tendencies, which is weird. And the reason why I say it's weird is because normally, or at least in America, the majority of incarcerated people are African American, and most of the time you're imprisoned with people of your same gender, so there tends to be a lot of gay things that happen. So for a general population that does not like gay people, they tend to do a lot of gay things when in jail. Which, I mean, I guess desperate times make you do desperate things, but I don't know, just interesting. Just an observation, basically. Let's go here and oh jeez. So, question for you. So in America, you can often call people that are black. You can either say black or African American are the two most commonly accepted terms for black people. What do you just call black people black, or what do you? I'm just curious, because African American wouldn't make any sense because they're not in America. So I was curious if you guys have like another term.
I think we should change the subject now.
Alright, no problem.
I think we should change the subject now. Okay.
I was just curious because, you know.
What do you usually call them, Clipper?
I usually say, well, I mean, I have approval to say other terms that a lot of races do not have approval to say.
Yeah. Yeah, same.
Which I'm still not, just due to the fact that, you know, people might take it out of context, but yeah, I mean, most commonly African American or black. I usually use the term African American because anybody who, well, and the thing is a lot of people just say, well, some people don't like that term because they're like, well, I'm just American. Why do you still have to say African American? I wasn't born in Africa. I was born here.
Well,
and I get that.
Black, but if they are your best mates, they make you call them the word beginning
but you're black.
Well, no, I mean, I get people not liking the term African American, just wanting to be called American. I get that, but my main thing is that like some people don't like to be called black, and I feel like more people dislike being called black than they dislike being called African American. So, but you know, when you're talking about a general population, you have to use vague terms. So, I mean, because like I wouldn't just straight up go up to like a white person. I wouldn't say like, you know, hey, what's going on, white guy? Like I'd just be like, hey, what's going on, man? You know. So, let me read these right quick. Well, no.
Or if you want to be rude about it, you can say what's up.
Yeah. And then yeah. I get people being uncomfortable with that. But I will say that word
boss. He's trap vulnerable. Follow me, follow me, follow me.
Where is he?
Follow
is he?
me.
He going through the trap?
Yeah. Yeah, he's trap vulnerable.
That's weird that he didn't freeze then. I might have to leave a comment on David Dean's video. So David Dean is a bigger Fortnite YouTuber, and he was wondering that if it is trap vulnerable, if this level 20 freeze trap would work, and it does not. So I'm gonna have to, after this, leave a comment. It didn't freeze him. Oh, no, that's another thing is I need to check my rolls.
A mini boss, it cannot freeze a mini boss.
Yeah, which I think is what he was asking in his video. Once we kill this guy, I will jump over here and read those comments right quick. But yeah, that word does tend to have a negative connotation, but I will say that originally that word being used to describe that general group of people was the word that African people used for themselves. So
yeah,
it was their word for black. So, I mean, just saying, historically, there is nothing wrong with it. And yes, I get why people take offense to that. I mean, for a large amount of time, you know, white people that were, you know, killing and, you know, maiming and treating black people like shit in general, pardon my language, you know, they used that word, and then, you know, nowadays black people in general do use that term as a term of endearment for other black people. I guess kind of as an empowerment, but at the same time, it's I think even black people themselves, if you're the type of person that takes offense to that word, you shouldn't use that word. Even if, you know, ER versus A is a big difference, I just think in general you should avoid using that word if you take offense to any other race using it. I mean, you know, and that's the big thing, is I'm all about equality all around. So, you know, if you're, you know, holding certain people to certain standards, then you should hold everyone to those standards, or not hold anyone to those standards. But I mean, and this might catch more flack than anything, is that with the feminist movement, I view it the same way, is that at this point, in America, women have more rights than men do. So I would advocate for equal rights versus them having more rights, is basically what I'm saying. So feminists nowadays just don't make sense to me, because at this point, I mean, they have every right a man has. In fact, they have more. For instance, if you go into a marriage and you have a kid and you get a divorce, they are going to get the kids. It will be very, very hard as a man to get your kids back. So, you know, I advocate for equality, not superiority of anything.
He's very prominent, but I say it.
Let's see, so...
Because the reason why is because they have to go through it. That's why.
Yeah, I really like saying it. Well, but the thing is, yes, they do have to birth the child, but the thing is that they aren't the ones that have to raise the child. And then the other thing is, too, is if you... Well, they can't do it on their own, which scientists are working on making it to where they can. But I will say that...
no.
You know... Anyways, let me read these comments. Seeing how I am getting close to the end of the stream, let me finish up by reading these comments. Yeah, I agree. I really don't like saying it. I have a friend called Jewel, and his viewpoint is, he's very did I say it? Oh, okay. I mean, you can just tell him, I mean, if he wants you to say it and you don't want to say it, just tell him that. I mean, it just makes you uncomfortable. But,
what is it?
You can read the comments, or did you leave the live stream, or is that him? Either way.
No,
But yeah, I mean, I would like to advocate for equality on all sides, and I get that women do have to birth the child, but if you look at statistics from child or children, if you look at statistics on children overall that are raised in single-parent homes, regardless of being raised by the husband or the wife, the male or the female, kids that are raised in single-parent homes tend to overall have a higher chance of committing crimes, of being less successful. So, for instance, not going to, and also tend to be less likely to go to college and to pass college. I think it was a statistic that they are single-parent home children are a fourth less likely to go to college in general, and are, I think, a quarter as likely to actually graduate. So a lot of them are going to college, but not a lot of them are passing. So another thing, as an opinion, is I advocate for, you know, having kids, waiting to have kids. Like, you know, have kids with the right person and stay together. But I am also a product of divorce, so, you know. Could be why my opinion is so, yes, my mother and dad did divorce, so that could be why I have a little bit of skin in the game when it comes to that opinion, but, you know, part of the reason why I advocate for that. But what were you saying, Tyler? You were asking about the vendor tech something?
Is any of it good or no?
The vendor tech weapons in general, I haven't actually looked into them too much. I'm assuming if any of them were amazing, due to the fact that I do try and stream, I tend to keep my ear close to the ground on most content. So, I haven't heard anything, so my assumption would be that they're just not that great. Oop, alarm's going off. that means I have something else to get to. And then, let's see, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you? I am 24 right now.
He is 97.
No, I don't mind saying my age. I'm 24 right now. You know, I'm old enough to not really mind the divorce anymore. They got divorced whenever I was like, I don't know, like 5 or something like that, when I was relatively young. But you know. Anyways, I think that is where I'm going to have to call it a day. Thank you to you, by the way, Toby, for stopping by, and thank you, Tyler, for playing along with me. But have some other stuff I got to get to. But again, stream every day. I am in the USA, so streaming most days except for Thursday, and weekends I am streaming at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Just for a reference, whatever time that is for you across the world. I will see you guys next time. Peace.
Wait, what is...